All praises to Almighty One God, Allah. Peace be upon Prophet Muhammad and all prophets of Almighty One God. I take refuge of Satan with the name of Almighty One God, who is most merciful and beneficent. My name is Dr. Abu Abdullah, and we are learning Al-Quran, the last revelation. We are discussing AlAraf. We did till verse 87 and now we continue. The arrogant, proud leaders of his people said, O Shuaib, we will certainly drive you and your fellow believers out of our town, or you will have to return back to our religion. He replied, What? Even it be against our will, we should indeed forge to lie against Allah. If we return to your religion after Allah has rescued us therefrom. It's not possible for us to return to it unless Allah, our Rabb, wants us to. Our Rabb has vast knowledge of everything. We put our trust on Allah. Then they prayed, Our Rabb, decide between us and our people with justice, for you are the best of the judge. The leaders who disbelieved from among his people said, If you follow Shuaib, you will indeed be losers. Thereupon an earthquake overtook them, and they became lifeless bodies in their homes with their faces down. Those who called Shuaib a liar were as though they never lived therein. Those who called Shuaib a liar were the actual losers. Shuaib left them saying, O my people, I did indeed convey to you the message of my Rabb, and I did give you good advice. How shall I then be sorry for the people who refuse to believe? These are the verses 88 to 93, and here Allah is describing behavior of the unbelievers with Prophet Shuaib. We continue. Whenever we sent a prophet to a town, we afflicted its people with poverty and hardship so that they might humble themselves to Allah. Then we changed their bad conditions into good fortune until they became very affluent and said, Our forefathers had also their hardship and affluency. So we took them by surprise while they were unaware. Had the residents of the towns believed and feared Allah, we would have showered upon from the heavens and the earth, but they disbelieved. So we seized them for their misdeeds. Do the people of these towns now feel secure against our punishment coming to them by night while they might be fast asleep? Or do the people of those towns feel secure against our punishment coming to them in the forenoon while they are playing around? Do these peoples feel secure against the plan of Allah? Do these peoples feel secure against the plan of Allah? In fact, no people feel secure against the plan of Allah except those who are doomed to lose. These are the verses 94 to 99. And here Allah is describing the adversity and affluence are reminders from Allah. We continue. It's not guiding lesson to those who inherit the earth after the former occupants, that if we please, we can punish them for their sins, and seal their hearts so they would not hear. Those towns whose stories we related to you can serve as examples. Certainly their prophets came to them with clear signs, but they persisted in their unbelief. and would not believe what they had denied before. Thus, Allah seals the hearts of the unbelievers. We didn't find most of them true to their commitments. Rather, we found most of them were transgressors. These are the words 100 to 102, and it describes stories of prior nations are narrated to teach a lesson. We continue. Then after them we sent Moses with our revelations to Pharaoh, and his chiefs, but they too treated our revelations unjustly. So see what was the end of those mischief makers. Moses said, O Pharaoh, I am a prophet from Rabb of the worlds. It's not befitting for me to say anything about Allah except the truth. I have come to you from your Rabb with clear signs, therefore send the children of Israel with me. Pharaoh said, if you have come with a sign, then produce it, if what you say is true. So Moses threw down his staff, and all of a sudden it became a real serpent. Then he drew out his hand from his pocket, and it became shining white at all the beholders. These are the verses 103 to 108. And here Allah is describing the Prophet Moses was sent from the guidance of Pharaoh and his chiefs. We continue. The chiefs of Pharaoh people said, he indeed is a skilled sorcerer who intends to drive you out from your land. Pharaoh asked, so what do you advise? They said, put him and his brother off for a while and send heralds to all the cities to summon every skillful sorcerer to you. The sorcerers came to Pharaoh and said, we must certainly have some suitable reward if we prevail. Yes, he answered, not only reward, but more you shall certainly become my favored courtiers. Then they asked Moses, will you throw or should we be the first ones to throw? Moses said, you throw. So when they threw, they bewitched the eyes of the people and testified them by a display of a mighty sorcery. We inspired Moses to throw his staff. No sooner did he throw it than it became a serpent and began to swallow up the creation of their sorcery. Thus the truth prevailed and all that they did was of no effect. Pharaoh and his people were defeated and put to humiliation, and the sorcerers, since they were professional and knew that it was not sorcery, fell down in prostration, saying, we believe in the Rabb, God of words, the Rabb, God of Moses and Harun. Pharaoh said, how dare you believe in him without my permission? In fact, this was a plot which you all had planned to drive the people out of their city. But soon you will know its consequences. I will have your hands and your feet cut off on opposite sides and then crucify you all. They answered, we will surely return to our Rabb, God. Look at your verdict. You would take revenge on it simply because we believed in the sign of the Rabb, our Rabb, when they were shown to us. O our Rabb, pour upon us patience and make us die in as a Muslim. These are the verses 109 to 126. And here Allah is describing Moses' confrontation with the magicians of the Pharaoh. We continue. The chiefs of Pharaoh, prophet, the chiefs of Pharaoh's people asked him, will you leave Moses and his people free to commit mischiefs in the land and to forsake you and your gods, small God? He said, we will put their sons to death and spare their females. We have irresistible power over them. Moses said to his people, seek help from Allah and be patient. The land belongs to Allah. He gives it as a heritage to those of His servants whom He pleases. You should know that final success is for the righteous. They said, we were oppressed before you came to us, and since you have come to us, he replied, it's quite possible that your Rabb may destroy your enemy and grant you succession in the land. Then he will see how you act. These are the verses 127 to 129, and here Allah is describing the Pharaoh's revenge against the people of Moses. We continue. We afflicted Pharaoh's people with several years of famine and shortage of fruit, so that they might come to their senses. But whenever they had good times, they said, it's our due. And whenever evil befell them, they ascribed that bad luck to Moses and those with him. Behold, in fact, their misfortune was in the hands of Allah. Yet most of them do not know. They said to Moses, no matter what signs you may bring us to put your magic spell on us, we are not going to believe in you. So we planned them with flood, locusts, lice, frogs, and blood. Clear-cut signs, yet they persisted in their arrogance, for they were a criminal people. Every time the plague befell them, they said, O Moses, pray for us to your Rabb, as he has made the promise with you. If you help remove the plague from us, we shall truly believe in you and send the children of Israel with you. But every time we removed the plague from them to a fixed term, which they had to reach, lo, they broke their promise. Therefore, we inflicted retribution. Destroyed them, and may long ago. We end our lecture here. Please keep watching my channel, Dr. Abu Abdullah.